that you are interested in ISO 9001-2008 and you have some sort of questions about the quality policy. Either you're trying to write one or you're trying to review your quality policy. And yes, it is possible and reasonable and expected that you would review your quality policy, but that comes later. We'll talk about it in a little bit. All right, let's start out with the simple things. What is the quality policy? It is the philosophical vision of management to guide the company. It is a document. So if you think of your documentation as a giant pyramid, the quality policy would be at the very top. Underneath that would be your quality manual, then your procedures, then your work instructions, then your documents, and finally your records. The further you go down the pyramid, the more task-specific the documentation becomes. But that comes later, or in a different video, really. All right, what we're going to talk about now is what is the quality policy? What do you need to have in it? Well, first of all, quality policies must be appropriate to the organization. There's no such thing as a one-size-fits-all, rah-rah quality policy. Your quality policy should state management's vision and understanding of what it is that their customers are looking for. What is going to be a positive customer experience and what is going to provide customer satisfaction. Different policies and different companies should have different visions. If you are a big box store and your customers are looking for very low cost and good value, then your quality policy is going to be very different from that of a luxury automobile company. So, the first thing to ask yourself if you're writing it is, what do my customers want? If it's already written and you want to evaluate it, the first question to ask yourself is, does this represent what my customers want? So it has to be appropriate to your organization. Now, the quality policy should also be in compliance. There should be some statement in your quality policy that says there is a desire in this company to comply with a quality management system. You're not doing ISO for eyewash. You're not doing it to hang a plaque on the wall. You're doing it because it has value and you want to comply with it. And to be in compliance with the ISO standard, you must have continual improvement. So that means there should be some statement in your quality policy about continual improvement. It should give you a simple overview and it should be useful to your employees and to your customers. Now, how do your employees use it? Well, suppose your employees are trying to write their quality objectives. Understanding the vision, understanding the long-term goals of the company helps them to evaluate what they're looking at as an objective. So, in the example above, a store employee for a big box store where the customer is looking for value should be writing quality objectives that talk about reducing cost, increasing the value of the product for the same cost. These would be things that would be involved that would be important to your customer. And while value is still going to be very important in the luxury car company, innovation and convenience should be more important in an objective. So your employees should be looking for ways to make the vehicle more comfortable to the customer. That's how one of the ways your employees use the quality policy. Now, who needs a quality policy? Well, as we just said, the employers are going to need it to guide their choices of objectives. Customers need the quality policy to understand if they've selected the right supplier. Are your goals and objectives in alignment with what the customer needs and wants? If the philosophies don't match, then in the long run, it's not going to be a good match. You're going to work very, very hard and outside the norms for your company to satisfy a customer that might be happier someplace else. And while nobody wants to lose a customer, it might cost you more to service that customer. All right, so Who else needs the quality policy? Well, as we said, the employees need it to understand their objectives and the company philosophy. Now, one of the things that's going to happen in an audit is the assessor is going to walk in and they're going to ask the employees, what is your quality policy? The employee can have it in a card in his pocket, they can have it posted at their workstation, they can have it on a computer screen, and they can read it verbatim to the assessor. The good assessor is going to hear them and understand that, okay, training has been done on the quality policy, but then they're going to ask the question, what does that mean to you? So the employee is going to have to put in their own words what their understanding is of the quality policy. So if you are looking at doing training on the quality policy, you have to make sure that your employees internalize it. Now, finally, you should look at your quality policy as management on a long-term basis. Maybe your customer base has shifted, and so now you need to revise the quality policy to better define to your customers and to your employees what it is that's important to the customer. The quality policy is important to communicating your long-term goals. It is important to communicating what you see as value to the customer and what you see as the customer's needs. And it is important that it is in compliance with the standard and includes continual improvement. If you have these elements and you've trained your people on it, you should have a pretty good quality policy. I hope this helps. If you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave them or contact us at www.technicon.com. That's TECHNACON.com. Thanks.